Tonight on Sports Desk, tussle in Tallahassee. Mia Hausman and Andrew Klein break down how the Canes can steal the series from their in-state rivals.
Plus, we'll bring you the story of one Canes athlete who made the trip from South Africa to South Beach.
And later on, Zach Macer brings us to one surf camp that does more than just ride the waves. It changes lives.
All that and more.
Sports Desk starts right now.
I'm Ed Reed, and you're watching Sports Desk.
Hi, I'm Jim Kelly, former UM guy. You're watching Sports Desk.
What's up? I'm DJ Williams, and y'all watching Sports Desk.
Hello and welcome to Sports Desk. I'm Wrigley Court.
And I'm Jake Baum. But Wrigley, I am upset. Norchad O'Meara has declared for the draft, and Canes baseball is under 500.
Well, Jake, it certainly has been an up and down week for the University of Miami Athletics. You know, Canes baseball is just 2-7 in their last 9 games, but one of those wins came earlier this week against the FAU Owls. Let's check out how they got it done. Canes taking on FAU here. Starting in the first inning, Ashton Crowther going to strike out John Schroeder here. He's going to go down swinging. The very next at-bat, here comes Christian Adams. He's going to get sent home looking. And that's just 2 wonderful pitches by Ashton Crowther there. Moving now to the bottom of the first, Daniel Cuvée is going to send that one up, and away. He's going to bring home not 1, but 2 runs there to put the Canes up 2-0. That is Cuvé's 10th home run of the season. Moving to the bottom of the second, Jack Scanlon, a double to right field here. He is going to keep rounding those bases, and the throw is not going to be in time. He's going to do a little celebration right there. Moving now to the top of the 7th, Brandon Oliveira is going to strike out Patrick Ward. And now bottom of the 8th, Canes up 13-6. That pitch is just going to get dropped by the catcher. And in a game full of miscues, the Canes are going to win that one 14-6. They're still below 500 on the year.
That is tough. But after Tuesday night's win, the Hurricanes dropped the first of a 3-game set in Tallahassee last night, 5-4. Mia Hausman and Andrew Klein are here to tell us how Miami can still salvage the weekend in enemy territory. Guys?
Thanks, Jake. Welcome back to Inside Pitch. I'm your host, Mia Hausman, alongside analyst Andrew Klein. We have a lot of baseball to talk about, so let's get right into it. Miami is in Tallahassee for the rivalry series against FSU, and they are already playing the underdog. Andrew, how is this happening for the Canes team? What's going on?
Well, it started yesterday with a 5-4 loss against FSU. The Hurricanes had their ace on the hill, and he pitched well. Not a great game for Gage, but the numbers don't tell the full story. Only 5 hits allowed, 5 runs, but 2 of them were earned, and only 2 FSU hitters were really able to succeed. 2 guys had 4 hits of the team's 5, and I like that Gage was able to control the rest of the lineup. For Miami, Lucas Costello with another good game. Had a double, couple RBIs. That's an encore for his Tuesday night against FAU, where he was really strong. But then I talk about FSU. That's Cam Smith. That's Max Williams. 4 for 8 combined, a home run between the 2 and 3 RBIs. The rest of the team, 1 of 19 in total. That's a great job by Gage. Now you need a little bit more at a Wraith.
Well, this recent loss is one of many for the Canes lately, going 2-7 in their last 9 games. What shift has caused this downward spiral for them?
Well, it's been an offensive struggle for the Hurricanes of late, Mia. J.D. Arteaga is trying to mix and match the starting lineup, and not a lot has seemed to work. You see the runs per game in this losing streak, in this losing stretch for Miami, not very good. And it wasn't good, including that Duke game, which made it only a little bit higher. The numbers really tell the story in this situation because they're just not there. The offense has just not been there.
Well, Miami is facing an uphill battle against FSU this weekend. What can they do to come out on top?
Well, look, they're going to need to start with that offense and a balanced hitting attack. On Tuesday against FAU, 7 of the 9 starters with hits. Last night, 5 hits for the Hurricanes. 5 different players got them. So they're going to need everybody to play their role from 1 through 9 in the Hurricane order. Now, number 2, this one's a key. Hello, Costello. Welcome back, Lucas. He's been very good since being back in the starting lineup in the last 2 games. Great day on Tuesday. Another great day yesterday for the Hurricanes. So they need a little bit more out of him towards the bottom of that order. And finally, it's time for the return of the Miami Mashers. We had them last year, not so much this year, but I think things are going to change very soon, Mia.
Well, let's see how this weekend shakes out for the Canes. That's all the time we have for you. Back to Wrigley at the desk.
UM athletes come from all around the world, and all of them have a story to tell. And as Annika Alves tells us, one diver uses her story to inspire others.
On the surface, she is one of the most accomplished athletes in the world.
Won like nationals, went to world championships, won a bunch of medals, and then it's just kind of snowballed since then a little bit.
UM diver Mia Vale also currently represents Canada at an international level. Yet her journey to success was not easy.
My first year here, I was so used to that like yelling and degrading part of coaching, and coming here and being with these coaches, it was just, I got so lucky with this team, with these coaches, and I think that really helped me like redevelop a love for the sport.
This is a family culture. We treat our athletes as our kids. We have fun, but at the same time, we work really hard.
With this new positive environment that UM fostered, Vale feels motivated to share her story on social media to serve as an inspiration for younger athletes.
The more open I am with my insecurities, the more like okay other people are going to feel about it. I just want to be somebody that like when I was a kid, I could have used those messages, you know, from like an older diver. I could have seen that and been like, these people aren't perfect either.
The way that Mia has been inspiring young athletes is definitely through her social media. Most people, they only see the high, but they don't see everything that she has to go through.
Vale continues to grow her social media accounts in hopes to make a positive impact.
This social media journey that I'm on with body image and positivity, the thought that the more people I can reach, that the more maybe I can like actually create change in like athletic communities and like federations and stuff. Like maybe I can get enough of a backing for people to listen, for coaches to see this, and for athletes to want something to change. That's kind of the mark I want to leave on sports in the future.
For UMTV, I'm Annika Alves.
Thanks, Annika. Coming up on Sports Desk, one Miami sports fan is taking fashion to the next level. Stay with us.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains.
There's no sparks.
But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
The college basketball season may have come to an end, but there's been plenty of buzz around Canes hoops the past week. Our Hurricane Hangtime crew is here to bring us the scoop. Guys?
Welcome back to Hurricane Hangtime. I'm your host, Shane McDonald, joined by Manny Nacarado and Taryn Jacobs. Let's get right into it. Some massive news in Canes men's basketball. Manny, what's the news?
Well, Shane, Norchad Omier has declared to the NBA draft, and all of us here at Sports Desk wish him a very awesome NBA career. But as far as people that are replacing him for the Canes next season, the transfer, Lynn Kidd, 6'10", out of Virginia Tech, bringing in with about 13 points and 7 rebounds. And finally, a true center for Miami, something the Canes haven't had in a while. And the forward transferring from East Carolina, Brandon Johnson, 6'8", with 14 points and 9 rebounds, Not the 17 and 10 Norchad was bringing, but it's 2 added size to the position that Miami really didn't have size in center and forward. And Miami's looking to bring some really big guys to coming in for next season.
Absolutely. They won't be able to replace Norchad. Wish him the best in his NBA journey. Moving over to the women, Tricia Culp just had her introductory press conference. And Taryn, what were your takeaways?
Shay, a lot of takeaways from that press conference yesterday. Trisha Colup is now the 8th coach in women's basketball program history. And in that press conference, she talked about both the coaching staff and some of her goals for the future of the program. For the coaching staff, she said that Fitzroy Anthony will be staying, but she's also bringing over some of her coaching staff from Toledo, being Jessie Ivy and Danielle Page. And now some goals for the future of the program. She said she is committed to really building that fan base and relationships in the community, which is something she has done at both of her past programs she has been to. And on the court, she wants to play a stingy defense in both the half court and the full court, and she wants to run an offense that is fun and exciting to watch. She said she's looking forward to building relationships and getting started with recruiting, and her motto, invest, improve, and inspire, is something she'll carry with her to Miami.
It was a promising opening, but it's only the beginning. It's a long off season. We'll continue to keep you posted, but that's all the time we have for you today on Hurricane Hang Time. Back to you guys at the desk.
From the concert hall to courtside, from Kaseya to Watsco, Radmila Lali has made a name for herself amongst Miami fans. Ashley Friedland sat down with this musical fashionista.
If you're a regular at Heat games, you've probably noticed a familiar face in the crowd, always stealing the show with her impeccable style. Well, her name is Radmila Lali.
I would just go to the games and dress in my regular attire, and I guess it got a lot of attention. I was just being me. Honestly, I didn't really particularly like what I saw in the store for me. And so I thought, what if I buy all the, jerseys, all the different players and create a gown out of it, because I like gowns.
Radmila isn't just a basketball enthusiast. She's a fashion icon who brings her passion not just for the game, but for the culture of sporting events to life with every stylish ensemble she wears.
To me, being in sports arenas and people cheering for their team, that energy is unreplaceable. So just being part of that culture, it's amazing.
She's rocked her haute couture on the sidelines of many Miami sports teams, singing the anthem and her hit song for the Marlins, and even creating some looks for celebs to rock the red carpet in. She enjoys more than just a good game, though. Radmila Lali has an inspiring passion for music as well.
I got into fashion and music. I would say into fashion, I got it through the music, and to the music, I got because my mom always told me that I can do anything I want in my life. And music always spoke to me first. And I remember being a little girl, I would make gowns out of my mom's scarves and then would perform in front of the mirror some songs that I heard in the radio.
She has found a way to tie in all of her passions back to the University of Miami.
Talking to my friend, and she said she went to a UM game. And she said it was so exciting. The college is different than, the NBA. It's just a different kind of energy. You should go check it out. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I said, let's just get the tickets. And then got the tickets and started having a conversation. I met some people from the merch department, and here I am. We have a collection.
While Radmila Lali's stunning gowns may catch the eye of Miami fans, her impact stretches far beyond the courtside. With each step she takes, she's not just making waves in the art world, she's creating a legacy that transcends boundaries. Reporting for UMTV, I'm Ashley Friedland.
The Hurricanes women's golf team has just 7 total players, and 6 of them come from countries other than the USA. Tatenda Mukarejija sat down with one of them on this week's edition of Athlete of the Week.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Athlete of the Week. I'm your host, Tatenda Mukarejija, and today I'm joined by Sophie Biesdorfer from the women's golf team. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So good to have you. Sophie, I would love to know, where did you grow up and what was it like growing up there?
I grew up in Germany and Italy.
Okay.
I think in general, European countries are very different from what I've seen here so far. I was lucky to be able to travel a lot to different European countries when I was growing up, especially because of golf. So I got to experience a lot of different cultures, and I was able to learn 4 different languages, so that has been awesome.
I love that. What languages do you speak?
German, Italian, French, and English, of course.
That's incredible. So what country would you play for between Germany and Italy?
So the last years I represented the Italian national team, so
Okay.
probably Italy.
I love that. So how did you get into golf?
My dad played all his life, so he got me into golf when I was like 5 years old.
Wow. So now you're a Miami Hurricane. What's that like?
I think it's awesome. All the support we get, it's incredible. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Wow. What's so unique about the golf team? What do you love about being on the women's
I
golf
love
team?
that we're all international.
Okay.
So we have a very special bond, us girls, and the coaches are amazing.
Wow. What motivates you?
My family, of course, especially my parents. I miss them a lot here. And then my coaches and all the support we get from athletics.
That's incredible. So I know there are a lot of young athletes who aspire to be like you one day. What advice would you have for them?
I would just say to have fun and believe in yourself, because that's usually what pushes me most.
Wow. Well, thank you, Sophie, so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I had so much fun. Remember to be good, and if you can be good, be safe. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you to Tenda. Up next on Sports Desk, our host with the most is back again to take you behind the post, so don't go anywhere. But first, it's trivia time. Entering their series against FSU, Canes baseball has faced their in-state rival more than any other team in program history, but how many times have they met? Is it A, 305, B, 294, C, 225, or D, 197? We will reveal the answer when Sports Desk returns.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
All right, guys. Well, since we finished video producing so early, we got to play some Mario Kart today. Who's your go-to Mario Kart character?
Jacob, I'm a big Dark Samus guy.
Dark Samus.
Kirby.
Kirby?
Kirby.
Those are Smash characters.
Welcome back. If you guessed B, you got it. Last night's matchup marked the 295th all-time meeting, 294th rather, between the Hurricanes and the Seminoles. Miami is now 136, 155, and 4 all-time against FSU. But for now, it is once again time for the social media encyclopedia, our friend who will contend to defend until the end. Pitter pat goes this dictionary acrobat who has this segment down pat at that. Here's your southernmost host for Behind the Post. It's Niles Nassim.
What's up, brothers? We got special teams, special plays on a special Friday. So let's get ready to clock in and get our minds locked in, because you have tuned into the most electrifying segment on TV with me, Niles Nassim, your host with the most. So when you see me on screen, it's time to go behind the post. Didn't I tell you we had special plays? Now how special they are up to you. Take a look at the bracket as we look at the bracket that was created by Hurricane Athletics to curate the top plays across all sports from all year. Now look, we're in the round of 16, so let me put this joint full screen so you can see our contestants. Roll the clip.
Answer. Musket is intercepted. A house call. Pick 6 for Cam Kitchen.
So what do you think? I mean, personally, I'm a big-time fan of a big-time jam. But let us know what you think by going to Instagram and voting right now. And what's up to Coach Cullop? This week, the U made it official by welcoming Coach Trisha Cullop to the fold at this week's press conference. Cullop is coming from Toledo and looking to continue the Canes' winning ways after Miami had a 60% winning percentage and a record of 14-4 at home. The Canes are on the cusp of returning to greatness, and Coach Cullop might just be the one to put this team over the hump. Ooh, I can't wait for next season. I've already bought my tickets, but finally, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Yes, I did just sing the Stevie Wonder version live on television. But happy birthday, happy 99th birthday to the U. For 99 years, this university has stood on the cutting edge of higher level education and development. The U is a global brand that breaks barriers, defies limits, and makes this world a better place. Here's to 99 more, and we appreciate you for being you. Now that's all I got for you today. You know I love you and the U. But you know what to do. Be blessed, never stress, because you know where to find your boy right here on Sports Desk. I'm Niles Nassim.
Thanks, Niles. UM prides itself on having students from all over the world, and the same is true with its athletes. Our lead reporter Jaden Coe sat down with a track and field athlete who hails from across the pond.
Using nothing but a field, a 2.5-meter spear, and all the human strength that one can manage, javelin throwing is a 400,000-year-old sport that this Hurricane athlete does exceptionally well.
Picked up a jav in our garage one day. My dad did jav back in the day, and I don't know, I was just walking in our backyard on a farm and I threw it, and I was like, damn, I can kind of like throwing this thing. And ever since then, my dad kind of coached me at first. Then we moved up north, and my dad was helping me, and then eventually I moved to Pretoria, and I got a coach there, and I really enjoyed it and found that I can throw it pretty far sometimes.
However, DeVoe got his start in athletics in another sport that is popular in his home country.
If you're South African, you kind of know like rugby is. Since you open your eyes, if you're 3-4 years old, you're probably walking around with a rugby ball in your hand. So that's just how it is, and just kind of the thing that glues the whole diversity in South Africa together.
That same pride and spirit fuels him now to be the very best that he can be.
So I admire his work ethic and the way that he approaches the sport. He is a perfectionist, which most throwers are, but in a good way that he knows that there's things we got to keep working on, and the work's got to be done day in, day out.
Jaden Coe, UMTV.
Thanks, Jaden. From the West Coast to Winston-Salem, it's been an eventful week for Miami's Olympic sports teams. Our O Sports duo is here to break it all down for us. Guys?
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the O Sports Roundup. I'm Ashley Friedland.
And I'm Giovanni Alonso. Now, Ashley, we've got a lot to cover here. Let's start off with rowing.
Well, Gio, the women's rowing team just had a split squad event up in Sacramento, California, and in Key Biscayne, Florida. They took home a total of 7 first-place wins this past weekend. The Sacramento squad took home 4 first-place wins, and they defeated number 20 UCLA, making this the first time in NCAA history that the University of Miami swept a nationally ranked team. And over in Florida, the squad brought home 3 first-place wins. The team will begin again April 26th up in Raleigh, North Carolina. Well, Gio, there's been a lot of motion over in tennis, so what's happening over there?
Ashley, to say that it's been a rough stretch of the season for Miami men's tennis would be the understatement of the century. They're on a 6-game losing streak, dropping their overall record down to 10-12. And with the looming news of head coach Alosha Pirish departing this offseason, it's a tough time to be a fan of Miami men's tennis. Now, we'll see how the team can rebound in their final regular season game against Florida State tomorrow on Saturday. Now, for women's tennis, it has been a completely different story. Now, they did drop their top 20 matchup with number 15 NC State, but rebounded with a victory against number 31 Wake Forest. And more good news on an individual front. Antonia Balzert and Lani Schunecht have been named the ACC Doubles Team of the Week. So it's great to see that. Congratulations to them. Now, Ashley, one more thing to talk about. What's happening with track?
Well, Gio, senior Russell Robinson and freshman Sophia Hogg were just named ACC Track and Field Performers of the Week, making this Russell Robinson's second honors and the freshman's first honors. Well, that's all the time we have for you today. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, guys. Still ahead on SportsDesk, 2024 is a leap year, and I think the Kansas City Royals took that a little too seriously. Find out how when SportsDesk returns.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
The city of Miami Beach has various initiatives to help people who deal with disabilities live better and more fulfilling lives. Recently, Zach Macer got to visit a surf camp that gave more than just lessons on surfing.
When the waves crash at South Point Park in Miami Beach, it is the perfect time for people to grab their surfboards and have some fun. But for some kids, it is a lot more than that.
It's a week-long program during spring break. We offer a full week of surfing, educational activities, and we teach the kids how to surf.
But these are not just ordinary kids. They all have autism. And with each wave, they are showing the feats that they could achieve every single day.
It's about acceptance, it's about love, and it's about knowing that they have so much to offer and, to be fully included in our society and community.
1 in 36 children are born with autism in the United States, and that number has grown positively for the last 20 years. It is necessary to provide these children with opportunities to make them feel like any other kid and let them have fun.
It takes the efforts of the entire Miami community to make it such a great neurodiverse place. For example, for the surf camp to get done, it took the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities, the City of Miami, as well as many student and adult volunteers to make the event a reality.
We have a lot of adults, a lot of lifeguards. We're overstaffed intentionally because safety is first. We get a lot of donors, financial supporters, we get grants. You see all the people that are here. We couldn't fund this without the generous support of a lot of people.
Just seeing their smiles and, knowing that there's people that, they can trust and that love them for who they are and that focus in the things that they can really do.
It's the fun, the support, and the love that makes the Miami community a great one during Autism Acceptance Month and every day of the year. Zach Macer from Miami Beach, UMTV.
When the Royals took on the Astros yesterday, Bobby Witt Jr. made a play that was leaps and bounds ahead of the competition. Let's head over to Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City for this week's play of the day. Top of the fourth here, Royals already up 9-1, but here comes Victor Caratini. He is going to send that on a line drive to Bobby Witt Jr. He's going to make that throw. But let's take another look at that play. Witt's going to bend down to get that ball, but Nick Lofton is going to leap right over him, but Bobby's going to keep his wits about him, and he is still going to make that throw. Let's take another look at that. Bobby crouching down, Nick Lofton getting some serious elevation there. That's some special players making special plays, and that's your play of the day.
Well, the NCAA March Madness tournament may be wrapped up, but Hurricane Athletics are still in the tournament mood. Niles alluded to it earlier on Behind the Post, but let's take a look at some of these plays. It's got a whole tournament-style way that Miami Athletics is doing this. We got baseball, basketball, golf, football, volleyball, soccer, everything you can think of, everything Hurricane fans have seen in the last year. Look at that amazing catch by Jacoby Long. I mean, I'm a baseball guy, so that was an unbelievable play, but don't forget about the pack attack, the alley-oop to Norchad O'Meara. Don't forget some love for tennis. Miami Hurricanes women's tennis doing some amazing things, and A.J. Allen and the Miami Hurricanes football team had some amazing plays of their own. Golf as well. Ton of amazing plays. We'll see who's going to win. I don't know. I'm kind of biased towards the Jacoby Long play, but we have something to say because just a little bit ago during the in-studio bump, we were told we were going to be asked who our favorite Super Smash Bros. Character was. You may have noticed neither of us said characters that are in Mario Kart, which the actual question was. That's kind of an issue. Jacob Lyons, our floor manager, kind of screwed us over there.
Jacob was in fact Lion. If I had to talk about my favorite Mario Kart character, it's clearly Donkey Kong. But that is all the time we have for SportsDesk this week. Thank you for joining us.
Hot take. We'll be right back next week for episode 10. Same time, same place. Have a great night.